A man in Iowa who has terminal cancer was growing up to 71 marijuana plants in his parents' home. And when a raid happened, authorities discovered those plants and he got arrested. Now, he was prosecuted, and because medicinal marijuana in most cases in Iowa is considered illegal, he was facing a very lengthy prison sentence. In fact, according to reports, Benton Mackenzie, that's his name, who's 48 years old, faced at least 3 and as much as 15 years in prison for growing marijuana plants. But a district judge by the name of Henry Latham insisted that he give him probation instead. And it's a 3-year probation sentence, which, you know, some might argue that he got off easy, but keep in mind that he has a very rare form of cancer, and he is using a non-psychoactive component of marijuana in order to treat his illness, right? To basically deal with the pain. I'm about to show you guys a picture that's really, really graphic. And the reason why I'm going to do that is so you understand exactly why he's using the non-psychoactive component of marijuana, okay? His wife released this picture on Facebook. It's very, very difficult to look at. The type of cancer he has leads to severe lesions on his skin, okay? Take a look. So this is what he's dealing with.
And the oil from the plants that he is growing is something that helps this. It's one of the few things that does help it. And they're saying, no, you're not allowed to help those lesions. This is, what kind of state do we have, right? I mean, if I'm that guy, I mean, look, but the state has force, has power, right? First of all, of course I'm going to ignore the state. You're going to tell me not to treat those lesions with one of the few things I have available? Of course I'm going to treat them. This is terminal cancer. Are you nuts? Right? And you tell me about how I'm going to go to jail for 3 to 15 years, going to put me in jail to kill me? For what? Because I wanted to treat my illness? And they say, oh, it's not psychoactive. Dude, what, I mean.
Even if it were psychoactive,
who cares
I know.
if it was psychoactive? Do you know how many drugs I'd be taking if I had terminal cancer, psychoactive and otherwise? I mean, is this freedom? This is freedom?
And the crazy part about this story is when he was, in trial, he was not allowed to talk about his terminal illness as part of his defense, which is absolutely ridiculous, because if you want to paint the picture of someone who's smoking marijuana because they're some sort of junkie and they're a loser and they just want to get high, this is the way to do it, right? You totally take out the very, very legitimate reason why this guy wants to use the medicinal component of the marijuana.
No, I got to give you these 2 quotes. So there's 2 components. The first one is about what Latham said, because you might say, look, the judge is a good guy. He knocked it down to probation. He's not going to go to jail. That's good, right? But he added, you're a man with intelligence and passion. I hope you can put your efforts to a more constructive use than to continue to violate the laws of this state.
Yeah, it makes me sick that he said that.
Why don't you deal with those lesions and then you tell me how you're going to violate or not violate the laws? I don't give a damn about the laws of your stupid ass state with your stupid ass laws telling me that I can't treat my disease. It's terminal, dude. It's terminal. You're going to put me in prison? By the way, are you ready for this? 81% of the people of Iowa believe that medical marijuana should be legal. So when I say stupid ass state, I'm not talking about the people of Iowa. They overwhelmingly agree with us, right? No, I'm talking about the politicians who are like, no, I'm gonna be tough. I'm gonna be tough on people who have cancer.
It's so stupid. And by the way, when I said in the beginning of the story that medicinal marijuana is illegal in most cases, what I was referring to is epilepsy. Epilepsy is the only thing that they will allow medicinal marijuana for.
In the state of Iowa.
Yes, in the state of Iowa.
Now that makes no sense either. I'm glad that they're allowing it for epilepsy. Why not allow it for other illness? One of the experts said it's because the epilepsy lobby is stronger in Iowa. This is the state of our democracy. Okay, one last thing is what Anna was alluding to earlier. I want to read the full quote here because it also outraged me. Latham had barred Mackenzie, that's the judge, had barred Mackenzie, who's a cancer victim, from using any defense that included the claim that he'd grown cannabis for medical necessity. Mackenzie had said he was threatened with jail if he talked about his health in court and that he would not be likely to survive a prison sentence.
It's amazing.
What kind of insanity is this? So why did you grow the cannabis? The judge won't let me answer it. I mean, what am I? Because I'm a pothead? I mean, how? He thinks that will bias the jury. Not letting them know why he's growing the cannabis is what biases the jury.
Absolutely. And the reason why, I mean, think about that. If you don't talk about how you're using it for medicinal reasons, then it's going to seem as though you were growing the plants in order to sell the drug, right? And when it comes to anti-marijuana laws, simple possession is very different from actually selling the drug. You get much harsher penalties for selling it. So 71 plants, people might think, all right, well, we don't know what he's using it for, so he's probably going around selling it maybe to teenagers. And that type of like fearful mentality leads to these ridiculous laws when it comes to marijuana. It drives me absolutely insane.
Look, Benton Mackenzie had so much more patience than I would have, and I would have gotten him myself in so much trouble because I would have lost it. You're not letting me put on a defense, the defense that is actually true. You're not letting me put it on. And you're telling me I'm about to die, but I can't treat something we know works. Because you have some moral reasons, and the politicians have these ridiculous moralistic reasons about how I should live my life. Okay, it sounds like we're in Kandahar. Well, the Taliban says you can't use that herb. So there's a fatwa against that herb, and you can't use it. So sad day for you that you're gonna die from this disease. I won't even let you present it in court that you're gonna die from this disease and you were trying to treat it because the Taliban has issued the fatwa.
Yeah. And it also makes lawmakers look very stupid. Because when you see someone who's that sick and who only gets relief from a non-chemical, natural thing like marijuana, you look like an asshole.
Yeah, and God forbid we should protect the citizens. And the most important thing is to protect the egos of our government officials.
Yeah.